Okay, now we're back. Everything's reset, and let me tap this. Okay, so come on. Face track enabled. Now we should be getting a notification within. This is telling me I don't have. I don't have cellular data. What's going on? It's I don't know. I got 5G. It's crazy. Okay, now it says it's okay. And now it says it's not. Wow, this is interesting. All right. And what's the connection? I just turned off my mic. I don't think we made it. I don't think we're streaming. It says we are. Gosh, it says we're streaming, but yeah, I don't see it. All right, let's didn't get it. Wow, didn't get the notification. That's not good. Yep. So what do I have to do? Do this. Go back to here. That's something I want to do. This. Then I got to do this. Yeah, here we are, but it's. Very frustrating. Okay, let me explain what's going on. Sorry about all this mess. Okay, look, here's how this works. I have to use Google Chrome, and I go into this. If I want a fresh title and a fresh thumbnail, I go somewhere, I take a picture, and I add text to it for a thumbnail. And I have to save it so it's under 2 megabytes. Let me do this. Let me turn this back on and see if this is working. Okay. Cool. Now, problem is, I don't have to explain the whole thing. The short version is the Pocket 3 connects to the phone with Bluetooth. And it still needs a wireless connection. That is, the app needs a wireless, it needs, for the camera apparently, needs a Wi-Fi connection. And I don't know why. Need the Wi-Fi connection to the internet. See, what they're doing is they're connecting, apparently they're connecting the camera to the internet and not the app and the phone. I don't get it because I really don't understand, because here's what happens. I have to turn my hotspot on, and with my hotspot on, then I can connect the app to that network. I'm telling Dave, there was no email notification for that last one. I don't know why, but it says I'm on now. And I mean, I can see myself that I'm on. And I know it's not private because I'm viewing it on my personal channel. So let me do this again. Okay, here's the problem. The iPhone can operate either on the lower band or the upper band. So the lower band is what, 2.5 gigahertz, this is Wi-Fi, and the upper band is 5 something. It's very similar and very close to the Bluetooth frequency, which operates on the lower channel. So they recommend, if you're going to use the mic, they recommend you connect your Wi-Fi on the 5 gigahertz band, which means every time I have to live stream, I have to make sure that I go to my iPhone hotspot settings. This is important. And change it to less compatibility. There's a slider. I wish they didn't make it, I wish they didn't dumb it down for people. Why don't they just, let me choose the bands or both, which it does on my Android phone, right? It'll say this band, that's this band, or both. So what happens is I get in my car and I want to use Google Maps. The car won't connect. What's going on? Oh yeah, I got to go back to my iPhone and I have to reset compatibility on again. So that it's compatible with other things like my older Android version entertainment system that has the map. So I was using it. Dave's back, thank you. Some construction workers in a truck. So here's the story. If I'm in my car, see, there has to be like a certain set of parameters that you got to follow. I was just telling Dave, it's almost like a science, but here's the whole. If I'm in my car, it wants to connect on the lower band, 2.5 gigahertz. I don't know exactly what it is. I try not to memorize too much stuff. There's a lower band and an upper band. The Wi-Fi in my car operates on the lower band. The Bluetooth microphone operates on the lower band too. So it's the same area. It's dumb. They never should have done that, but they did. Just people who make these international standards. So when I get in my car, I have to go to my settings in my iPhone and I have to turn on the more compatibility, the compatibility switch. All that does is it just activates the lower band. Okay, so then then my car connects right away. Okay, great, I can use Google Maps and stuff. And when I get out of the car, I don't turn it back on my phone. I go in my house and, the iPhone does both bands at the same time. What the compatibility does is it apparently, I don't know because they dumb it down, you can't tell, it apparently just turns the lower band on and off. So in my Wi-Fi network at home, I propagate both. It doesn't matter. I go inside, I don't notice any difference. And I go out, and because I have to propagate a hotspot on my phone, so this thing can connect to it, which is the weirdest and most bizarre way of connecting for a live stream that I've ever heard of, but it does work. It's just weird. If I don't stop and think about it and change the compatibility mode and turn it off, Coco, how are you? I want to talk to you for a second. I want to talk to you just just a second. Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah, long time no see. Hello. Fist bump. If I don't turn that compatibility mode off, then the Pocket 3 will connect and the low band, and then the Bluetooth mic interferes with the Wi-Fi. So we were lucky a few minutes ago, but there's Wi-Fi in here on that same band, and it's the most heavily congested Wi-Fi band. So I have to turn the compatibility off on the iPhone, and then the Pocket 3 will connect to the phone in the high band, away from this, away from that, away from all the other stuff. Coco, how you doing? It was funny because Dave, did I not 2 days ago, I swear, send you a message that said, I want to do a special Where is Coco broadcast. It's absolute truth, I swear. I just said that did I not say that, Dave, like Monday or Tuesday? You remember that. because Coco, I know I speak for everybody. Yeah, we miss you. And it looks like you've got a new yep, got a new channel or a new I don't know, is it an account, I guess? And you got a new you have a new photo. That's nice. I want to check that out. And you did some great video work for me before, you know, with the bumper and wearing that Chinese style dress. My stand doesn't want to work. You are here. You are here. Please tell me you're back to stay. And you don't know this. I'm going to tell you. This is embarrassing. But I've acquired a couple of new guitars, and I was going to break one of them out, and I was going to sing, you know, whatever I did, whatever I said, whatever it is, I didn't mean it. So, I don't know. I don't know what I said or did, but hey, thanks for coming back. And Aqua Coco today, coconut water. As you can see, I got a Pocket 3. It just came out I guess about 2 months ago. And I got it, I think a week after it came out. I went to the store and they had one left in the Creator combo. And I've been complaining and stuff, you know. I've been busy because of me. I've been getting a DJI Pocket 3. Oh, okay, so good. Okay, so you see some of that content. Okay, excellent, excellent. That's fantastic. You'll love it, but it's squirrely. You got to get used to it because the thing is, it doesn't solve the up and down problem, you know. Now, let me do this. I'm going to show you guys something, and I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to take this off. This is a new, for me, this is the Ulanzi, this is the, come on, stop this. This is the MT44, okay? And this folds up, I can't even control the gimbal that well. This folds up to be a selfie stick, okay? So if you loosen this and you do this, blah, 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 this becomes a selfie stick. Okay, you guys can see that, right? Now what I found today was, and I need my other hand, sorry. If I extend this a little bit, so you know, there's a little bit of a length to it, and I kind of drop this down as a counterweight, this acts as a glide cam. See how it's kind of resisting, you know, it's resisting. So I found that if I put the camera on top of this, which I'm going to do right now, I'll put it back on. I'm threading the quarter 20 back in. If I hold it just below the floating head, and I go like this, it acts a lot more cinematic. And taking a few steps, you can kind of sort of straighten it out. I actually have an original glide cam from like, I don't know, I bought it in 2010. And it worked really, really great, but you have to have a heavy camera. And so what this technique does is you don't have to have such a heavy camera. And basically what you're doing is it's a form of mass dampening is what you're doing. Now let me go back to the comments. That was kind of weird. Yeah, I hope it doesn't take too long. They were sold out here. I got the last one, excuse me, at our store. And did you order the Creator kit? Because you know what I did? I was a little bit upset that when DJI finally released the Mic 2 system, live just went out. We just went out. We just went out. We just went off live. No, gosh, are we still live? Because the camera says no, but the app says yes. Okay. I don't know. Are we still live? Is it freezing or what? I don't know. Are we still live? It's funny because the, okay, the icon on the camera went dark. And that's scary. Okay, good, thank you. Order, yeah, okay. Because what I did was I had to order the black mist filter, which I'm using now, which I love. I'd like to take the glass out of that filter and just glue it on the lens. I don't ever want to take it off. But you have to be careful with the black mist filter because it's really skinny, and when the gimbal folds up, it can get stuck in there. But and so I think you said yes. Okay, good. I think that was the when you said yes, that was the answer to the creator combo, right? You got that. That's a good one. But what I was kind of upset with DJI was when finally they released the whole Mic 2 system, you know, with the receiver and everything, and the dongles for USB-C and Lightning. They offered a single microphone package, you know, for everybody that already has one of these, you know, from the creator combo, right? But it didn't come with the charging case. I'm like, what a bunch of idiots. So, well, we miss you too, thanks. And you know how to contact me, so send me a message and I'll give you an invite to the Line group if you like. And we're still running the that other Line group, you know, about the streaming tech. It's some pretty good stuff going on in there. It's kind of quiet, but every once in a while somebody will come out with some interesting article or a topic that they read, or sometimes we'll talk about, you know, like this thing, because this thing really is a game changer. All the camera guys are saying, wow, you know, this destroys my DSLR for video, stuff like that. But I was kind of upset because if you buy the Mic 2 package with only one mic, it doesn't come with the charging case. And that's what you want. You want the charging case, you know? And it's the safest way to store it. And the charging case actually fits in my bag. It fits, you know, I don't have it in there now, but it fits on the bottom of this. I can put everything in. I can put the DJI Mic 2 charging case in the bottom and everything. And 3 mics. I'm not going to use 3 mics, but I use the other mic system on my phone, and it has 2 mics. And so, yeah, I could like film with this, with 1 mic, and with the camera with 2 mics, or vice versa, or whatever. But the thing that made me mad was, no, it's okay. It's all right. It's actually good for me, good for my cognitive abilities. The thing that made me upset was if you get that single mic package and then you buy the charging case on top of it, it's like $60 more. You end up paying more. It's just, see, the individual mic is $99. So it should be that. In my opinion, they should have took 1 mic out and gave you like 110 off. Because you know why? Because you were an early adopter and you bought the creator kit, and we want to say thanks to you. But what they did was they took 1 mic out and the case, and you know, the difference is only like $69 rather than $99 versus the price of the complete kit. If you guys see what I'm saying, maybe I'm not making sense. The complete kit with 2 mics should be minus $99 just for 1 mic, okay? That's how much it costs, and a little bit less of what I'm saying. But the difference is it's 1 mic less and no charging case, but you add the price of the charging case and it's not even the difference of $100. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, well, you're gonna love it. And there's a couple tricks to it. Let me tell you one of the things that, I'll tell you two sort of hacks that I discovered just by watching people who are smarter than me. It's a 1-inch sensor, it's a square sensor. So everything you do in video is a crop. Everything you do at all is a crop. And so I started shooting in square. Because what I noticed was, if I make it 16:9, these edges are the same. The difference is the height. So what I found was if I just take a square, then I can, if I have the square image in my editor, I can make a 16:9 crop, but I can put it like exactly where I want it. Because if you want to reframe the photo a little bit, then you can do it. And it's the same kind of thing with, okay, good, thanks. It's the same kind of thing with videos, although I am shooting in 16:9, but they say if you shoot in 1:1, and then you can crop, you know, you can add bars or whatever, and you're taking advantage of the whole sensor. And I'm like, wow. The second thing that a guy told me, I told everybody, it's on YouTube. When you go into vertical mode, you know, for like Instagram, the camera drops down to 3K instead of 4K. And the whole community is like, why did it do that? We don't know. But what a lot of people don't know is if you just take the Pocket 3 and just hold it and turn it like this, the gimbal dumps to the side and you're still shooting in 4K. So the gimbal doesn't work as well on, you know, with this way, right? I mean, it's hard to track stuff. But if you're just shooting like yourself and you want to do some short form content and you want to, you know, like, you know, most of the short form content is people saying things like, guess what happened to me today and blah, 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 right? And so if you're in the car or whatever, you just take the Pocket 3 and hold it sideways and press go, you're in 4K, but you're in vertical video. So those are two hacks that I think are really great. It took me a while to crack live streaming with this, and when you came in, that's what we were discussing, because I had a successful start on a live stream this afternoon and it quit, and I went to resume it, and the scheduled live stream had already been spent, and so it went back to the fallback. The generic has the wrong date and the wrong thumbnail and the wrong title and everything on it. So I just quit at 86 that. You have to use your mobile phone browser, and you have to go to YouTube Studio on the desktop site on your mobile phone browser and set up the live stream. And if you want a fresh title, you know, description and thumbnail and everything, you have to schedule a live stream. Now the good news is, if it craps out and you want to go back, other thing you should do, you should always enable auto start and auto stop. Because if anything happens, I mean, if something happens, you want it to stop automatically. You don't want to put it in your pocket and walk all the way home. You know, go to the restroom and sit down and watch TV for an hour and then look over and go, oh man, we're still live streaming. I didn't know that. So when you turn the camera off, and there's nothing being sent out, but the app can still run. I don't know what that would do, but at any rate, I like it just to be when there's no RTMP signal. It says, okay, the stream's over, and it shuts it down, and it won't restart. If you want to if you want to restart the live stream you just did with the same information, like I said, mine just quit. Go to schedule and tap schedule new live stream, and it'll ask you, do you want to use the same setting as the last one? Yes, because you just want the same thumbnail and the same title, which is what I did. So we're seeing now the second live stream, and it's the same as it was earlier today. I might go back later and edit it and call this part 2 or something, but the problem is the goofy way they connect the phone, to the P3 and to the internet and stuff. You have to make a hotspot connection. And if you use the mic is on the Bluetooth band, Yes, they have. They had a major update about 3 weeks ago. I'll tell you something funny though. Apparently, I got the update before anybody else in the entire Facebook group and anybody else that I know. I don't know why. I didn't sign up for anything special, but if you're filming, one of the ways I knew I had it, there's another way too, is if you're filming, you're running and you go, ah, crap, this sucks, and I don't want to keep it. You just press the stop button, but you hold it, and then it asks you if you want to delete it. Yes, and you delete it. That was a major update. They had that on the action cam, right? But here's the cool thing. When you're recording, you have either one mic or two mics. You can have two mics in stereo, different channels, or you can have two mics in mono. But you still have the three microphones inside that form this stereo array. Now, if you already heard me talking about this, you can feel free to stop me. But the stereo array, when the Pocket 3 was released, they came out with the first update that allowed you to independently record those stereo mics. But what we discovered, and I made a YouTube video about it on my studio channel, I discovered it independently on my own because I went to edit. Because the microphone is connected and I'm only using one, therefore it's mono, because if you listen right now in earbuds, it's mono. I only have the source from this mic. For some weird reason, the internal wave file that recorded the microphone array also was mono. I tested this. If I used two microphones and I had it set in stereo, then the resulting wave file was in stereo. But now they fixed that so that no matter what, the internal microphones record in stereo all the time, regardless of whether you're in mono or stereo mode on your connected microphones. And I got that update like 2 weeks at least. I checked it all out. I got the update. Oh wow, here it is. I updated okay, great. Updated the battery handle. I made some tests. I said, hey, it is cool. I made some tests, I got the stereo mic 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I went in my studio and I dragged those files into RX10 and listened to my studio monitor. I said, they fixed it. The mono mic file still generates a stereo camera array file. And I posted on Facebook, I said, hey, the Pocket 3 just had an update, and I said, because everybody complains, right? I said, DJI, good job. It works great, thanks so much. And all of a sudden, I get all these posts, these messages, what update, what update? And one guy asked me, he said, what update it was? And I said, well, knowing me, it could have come out last month. It's new to me. And I used my phone and I took a picture of the screen with the firmware update number on it and posted it. And everybody said, yeah, that's a new one. I'm going, what are you talking about? And they said, what else is in there? And I was like, I forgot. I don't know. They always say what's new. It pops up on the screen for 30 seconds. I didn't think to photograph it. But as I was remembering it, there were a couple other things. And as I thought about it more, one of them was the thing that I had, had just said previous to the audio thing. And so, about pressing the stop button and deleting the file, right? And there was one other thing, and anyway, several things. But now, everybody got it. So as soon as you get it, just make sure it's updated. And the battery handle too has software, believe it or not. But after you've updated the Pocket 3, all you have to do is plug the battery handle in. Speaking of which, I'm going to check my, okay, battery handle's at 0, and the Pocket 3 is at 78%. The battery handle has firmware too, and as soon as you plug it into the Pocket 3 will update the battery handle if the Pocket 3 is powered up. Battery handle is a very interesting thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, we want to see that. That's amazing. Excuse me, is that, if you don't mind me asking, is that like still in the same area of the Carolinas that you were before? Notice I said Carolinas to make it a little more ambiguous. Don't want to tell people exactly where you live, but is like in the same area? We saw the last home you're in, man, it's like amazing. That was like, I was showing that to Phoenix, right? And Phoenix and I are looking at this, at your video, and I said, you know, Coco said we could come visit, and Phoenix is like, oh, I want that room. She was like, knew right away, so I want that room. It's like, okay, could probably do that. But, South Carolina, cool. So kind of the same general area. I like that part of the country. People are nice there. I really like it. My sister, as you know, lives in Greensboro. I got some other relatives live in Charlotte. My friend Colby lives nearby there too, near Charlotte, in that area. So yeah, we are strongly considering going back to the States this summer because it wasn't right over the summer, and you probably heard that we did go to France. That was awesome. So we may be in that area, and of course, if I go there, I'm going to go stay with my sister. She recently lost her husband, but she's got a decent sized place, plenty of bedrooms, and nice little lake in the back. So that'll be good. Not bad. Hey, Noel Richard is live on Instagram. Doesn't he know that I'm on? Wow, going to the country rural area. Yeah, not bad. You can set up a shooting range if you want to. And yeah, country people out there are pretty nice. If you're way out in the country, it's not unusual, you know, to have a horse. You can have some chickens if you want fresh eggs or whatever you want to do. You know, maybe you don't want to go that, maybe not quite that rural, but it is possible. I'm using the noise reduction, by the way, so it should be pretty clear. I mean, there shouldn't be a tremendous amount of background noise. Wow. Just saw two like electric wheelchairs, and they look like racing wheelchairs. Pretty amazing. But they kind of scare me because they go really fast, but they're narrow. They have to go through a door. I think they should design a wheelchair that goes through the door, then the wheelbase goes like this, and it gets more stable. That's just me. I don't, just whatever. So the Pocket 3, you're going to love it. I had to order the two accessories from China. I got that, like I said, the black mist filter. They call it Pro Dash Black Mist. I don't know why. I don't know why there's a dash. But because other places, it's just, this kind of filter is generically just called a black mist. And so I guess they just want to differentiate that DJI one. They call it the Pro Black Mist, whatever. But I had to order it because the one that comes with the, yeah, it is. It really is. The store didn't have any of those things. And I had to order it from the DJI store, and it shipped from China. I also got the GoPro style mount for it. And that, you know, is just like a clamshell goes around it. And it's got the, you know, the two fingers that you put the GoPro, you know what I'm talking about. Mount. And I got a clip so I could put it on my bag, but it does kind of bounce around. But if you have a backpack that's more firmly secured and tighten up, it'll be good. But the aftermarket guys are making just the craziest stuff here, and like half the stuff I got for my drone is Sunny Life or Ulanzi, right? And the coolest thing I got, it should be here tonight because it's going to that 7-Eleven on Shopee, was another one of those clamshell mounts, but it has a flat section on the back so you can stand it up on the table, but it's strongly magnetic. So you could take your pocket and just go doom and stick it up on something. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because I want to take this camper, and the nighttime uh, capability of this thing is phenomenal. Even live streaming at night, you don't even have to be in night mode. I've never used night mode. I tried it, but it didn't give me any advantage, and I thought the noise was higher, but maybe it's just me. And the other thing too is I'm not even using like D-Log or Cine-like or anything. I'm just using normal color profile. The normal color profile in this thing is fantastic. And I've been watching other people now who, the bigger channels, who are starting to come to the same conclusion that the normal color profile rocks and it's really good. So yeah, I tried, excuse me, I tried 4K 24 frames per second, and I didn't like it, but I like it on my drone. No, I did try night mode. What I'm saying is I went out and I tried it, and I didn't see any significant difference. I saw a slight disadvantage. And check that out. There's some other YouTubers. There's some pretty sharp, folks out there. Tamara Gabriel is one that I subscribe to. She's in the UK, and she's got quite a bit of Pocket 3 and other, other DJI stuff, and not just DJI, but I think it was her. And I mean, she'll show you, if you look at her channel, she'll show you footage. Tamara Gabriel is her name. And if you look, she'll show footage, what she's taken. But other guys are showing footage, and it's the same that they're like, why bother using it? And even Casey Stern from Camera Conspiracies, I mean, he's not the biggest channel, but as far as I'm concerned, he's the most knowledgeable video person there is. And even he said he tried the night mode and looking at the footage, and he just went back to normal mode. This thing, the low light capability is really good. So you don't actually get, well, let me rephrase that because I don't know. When you're live streaming, you're not given a choice. But I wonder if, no, you can't, because it overrides it. No, the app will override it. I was going to say, I wonder if you could set the Pocket 3 in night mode and turn live streaming on, but as soon as you connect with the app, whenever you slide it, over, to different modes, this always follows. So this is kind of what you get. But the cool thing about what you can do when you're live streaming is you can press the record button, and you can record a 1080p. Full HD, record of what you did. So good. Okay, excellent. But I'm looking forward to live streaming more at night with this thing. I did a live stream, in the evening last night, and it was getting quite dark where I was, but it was very, very well exposed, and the noise levels aren't bad. I'm really impressed. And right now, I'm only streaming in 720. I tried it in 1080, and it seemed too overwhelming. It made the video a little bit jerky. 720, I think, is fine. It's still, it's not full HD, but it's still considered HD. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much the whole story. So what I should do, I'm so far behind in my studio work. I was supposed to have one song already released. I'm supposed to be working on another client's 2 projects, and I have another song I want to release by the end of the first quarter. I was so behind because of all these. And yeah, okay, it would be dark. It might actually work. I saw one of the astrophotographer guys using the Pocket 3 to take pictures of the stars. Not to zoom in, but like a wide angle panorama. And it works. You can do it. It was pretty impressive. So the low light capability is quite good. But I'm looking forward to using it more at night, for live streaming. And I always use it with the blackness filter on. if I take it off, it looks weird. It's just the highlights, you know. It doesn't really change much of anything else, but it does change the highlights. Let me do this. Oh, there's somebody there. I didn't realize that. But let's go over here. And, well, I'll tell you what. Never mind. We'll wait until they leave. What I was going to do was show, like, the neighborhood. I was going to walk around in front, take that filter off, and put it back on. I did that last night, and it makes a big difference. The highlights especially. I mean, that's what it's designed to do, is to soften it. Everybody says the same thing, though, and I agree. They say that the sharpening is too heavy, and most people turn the sharpening all the way down to -2. It goes from plus to -2. I don't remember if I turned mine on -2 or -1, but I definitely turned it to minus something. And I also have it set for -0.3 EV. Okay, sorry. Let's go here. Let's go over here. Okay, so you see this typical scene. You guys have seen this a million times. Let me take the black mist filter off right now. Oh, the other thing about the Pocket 3 is, this is cool. You can just use your hand, and you can just move it, move the gimbal, and it'll stay. It doesn't hurt it. Okay, so that's it, without it. Okay, without it, with it. It just kind of does a general, it makes it more cinematic. That's the whole thing. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, that live stream, oh gosh. Remember I was all upset because the live stream icon went dark. But what it is it goes into like a screensaver mode, kind of like where the screen doesn't actually get dark. See, it went dark now. But let me see if I touch this. Is it, yeah, oh, touch it comes down. Okay, that's great. Active track enabled, but I have it on the wrong thing. There you go. So, okay, now I understand why. Oh, I never noticed that before. Wow, strange. But if I press the record button right now, then the record light comes on, and I'm up here in this corner. I'm getting a clock. So we're actually recording. So the cool thing is you can more easily than perhaps trying to download, you know, your live stream from YouTube. And the other thing is doing a live stream and then saving it to your phone and eating up all your storage. Because don't get me wrong, I love Prism Live Studio, and I need to do a Prism Live Studio live stream pretty soon because I got some things that I want to show people, you know, using Prism, right? And some stuff that I've done on this device too. But the point that I'm making is I got a 256 gig card in here, and 256 gig is all I got in my phone. So it's just easier, in my opinion, to do a live stream and record it on here and then just connect it to your computer and offload the files. Because the other thing too is whenever I say something on my phone, it gets uploaded to Google Photos, and if I don't want it there later, I have to delete it. Okay, I think you're asking about the Freewell. You're asking about like the ND filters and probably things like the maybe the polarizer filters. For me, the polarizer filters, no. This is a really, really, really small lens that's really finicky. If you're trying to adjust a polarizer, this is what you're going to get. You know, you're going to get your fingers in there. As for the ND filters, you know, only you can decide that. What ND filters allow you to do, of course, is to use camera settings that would be like shutter speeds that would be inappropriate for full daylight. Like I keep an ND64 on my drone because I shoot 4K 24 frames a second. And on the drone, okay, so 24 times 2 is 48. So I use 1/50th as my shutter speed because that you always want to match the shutter speed, right? But because the aperture is fixed, you can't dial it in like on a DSLR. How the camera adjusts the light is by varying the ISO or the sensitivity. Pocket 3 is the exact same thing, same way, and from what I understand, the Pocket 3 also has the same sensor, I believe, because they both were touted as 1-inch sensors. I'm pretty sure that the Mini 3 Pro and Mini 4 Pro drones have the same sensor. Now that being said, if you're out in the daylight, and you want to shoot 24 frames a second, and you want to shoot 1/50th, shutter speed, you're going to need an ND filter, no question about it. For me, and right now, it's just doing its thing, whatever it is. I just tell it when I'm filming, I just tell it shoot 4K 30, and I leave everything else in automatic. What I do though, if I'm going, white balance is the thing that messes up a lot. You know what I mean? Like varying light. Like you'll go into a place and it'll be fluorescent lights, and you go outside and it's daylight, and then nighttime it changes, and your white balance can go all over the place. If you're in a place where that's happening, you want to keep the white balance consistent, even if it goes wrong in another part. You just want to stop it from moving, so you can apply color grading to it later and not have to chase a moving target, whatever the white balance was set at. So what I'll do is I'll go outside and I'll swipe on it, and it's set up where sure. I mean, you got to just evaluate, what you need for your needs. For me, I don't think I need them. I haven't bothered to get them, but I might. I just haven't explored that much, but you can do a lot of cinematic stuff. I saw a video today on YouTube. A guy specifically went to shoot, 4K, 24 frames, cinematic, and it looks dramatic. It's amazing, actually, really, what he was doing with it. Shouldn't be surprised, though. People are shooting movies on these, But, so getting back to I don't know. I have to think about what I was saying. About the white balance. I'll go outside and I'll swipe, and I'll go say automatic white balance, and if automatic white balance is on, then it's already found where it wants to be. And then I'll just put it on manual, and whatever that number is stays solid. I put it on manual, confirm, then it won't change. Then wherever I'm walking around, as long as that setting is not put back to automatic, that white balance number is going to stay. So everything's going to be consistent throughout the video. And that, I think, is probably one of the more important things that you can do. And so, but you can set the sharpness, you can set the gimbal response speed, the joystick speed, and that kind of stuff too. But that was Joanna, didn't see her. There are a lot of manual modes you can do on it, and you can also set the upper ISO limit. If you're using DaVinci or another high-end, editor that can handle noise reduction well, you can set it up high if you want to, but a lot of people don't want to go above 6400 because they figure that it gets a little too much noise. And so if they're going to be at 6400, they might end up a little bit dark. But if they're not overexposed, usually you can handle that better than you can, if the highlights are blown out from being overexposed. But like I said, I set this thing on -3 all the time. For years, all my Nikon cameras in the 21st century, every Nikon camera that I've had, I've set on either -3 or -7, 0.3, 0.7, I mean. 0.3 minus or 0.7 minus, because I always think that the Nikons kind of, I think they blow the highlights out and it looks bad. They say, people who are smarter than me say, meter for the shadows. And I'm like, wow, okay. Which means that you adjust everything so the highlights aren't blown out and you can recover the shadows. All right. So this says, in live, I gotta tap the screen again to see what it says. Oh, 51 minutes. See, this stream is operating fine because I'm using the high band, you know, the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi on my mobile phone hotspot. That's why it's working. So, but I need to make, this is what I was starting to say a while ago when I was talking about how busy I should be, and it's because of my heart palpitations and all these problems I've been having with my cardiac arrhythmias. I can't get anything done because I can't work. I'm functionally, in a lot of aspects, functionally disabled now. It's terrible, but I'm getting better. I feel great now. But you know, tonight, who knows? It just happens. But what I'm saying is, I really should do an in-depth tutorial on how to live stream with the Pocket 3, including things like that. Watch out for the network, you know, frequency that you're connected to on your Wi-Fi. Of course, I would write the script out in advance, so I want to fumble over words, but I probably should do that. I just got to find a place I can do it. But I can do screenshots on the phone and so forth. The other thing I am looking at, although they're kind of expensive, but there is a really hot shot 5G pocket Wi-Fi router that I got my eyes on, but it's like it's almost $200 US. But it does some pretty amazing things, including diagnostics, and you can put an SD card in it so you can actually use it as a storage device, a Wi-Fi storage device. But it gives you statistics, you know, on the use and data throughput and all that stuff, and it's pretty interesting. But it's the one I'm looking at is kind of big actually, because it's got a big screen on it, and it's you know, looks like a wedge. It's angled. It's designed to sit on a table. But it seems like one of the best ones for live streaming, so I might end up having to carry another bag. Who knows? That's on the back burner. But Coco has been a yeah. Don't you? I understand. Dave tells me that too. Hey Dave, I bought a new. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yeah. But Coco, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Good to be back in touch with you. And you know how to contact me. Send me a message, please. And I'll invite you back to the line group. Now I'm back on the app. It always says disconnected. I'm back on the app. It says live stream in progress. And so, whoa, as soon as I press live stream, there's a lag too. It'll say press live stream. And live stream, and then you press confirm. You better wait before you press confirm, because there's always a little bit of a lag. In other words, if I say goodbye right now and I say end live stream and confirm, you won't hear me say goodbye because it's of the buffer. So I'm going to end the live stream, and I want to say thanks to everyone who joined. I appreciate it, Coco. Looking forward to it. Excellent. And I was, wow, just getting ready to craft a a live stream. Where are you? All right, you guys have a good afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for watching The Real Taiwan. And more like the real old man talking. But hey, here we are at Jar Jar. Guys, have a good day, evening, afternoon, and we'll see you next time. So see, I said end live stream, and it says end live stream confirm, and I better wait before I press confirm.